Okay, good evening, everybody. Welcome back to FTRL. We are here for week number 2 of the GT2 season, in season 26. And this week we are at Maggiore for our Italian week. Slightly different to last week's format. We'll go through that very, very soon. Sorry for the late joining the season. We found out that Mike is still useless at hosting lobbies and now people can't even connect to him. So blame him completely. Joining me in commentary is the favourite German man. It's unsafe, yeah. Hallo Ansel.
Ja, hallo, Aaron, wie geht es dir?
Ja, sehr gut, ja.
Ja, sehr gut, das freut mich zu hören.
Yeah, Frankfurter, yeah. How are
It's
you, mate?
awesome
Are you well?
Yeah, I'm doing great, so I'm very pleased to join you in the booth tonight and get all the action in GT2. Can't wait for that.
Yeah, it should be good. Well, we are a little bit late starting tonight, so we're going to be running ever so slightly behind, but then again, who cares? But everybody in the chat, please say hello, get your comments in all night, keep us entertained. Faber, try and be less offensive than last week, please. But yeah, Maggiore. So tonight we're going to be starting off with a 5-minute qualifying, which will be on the medium tyres. We have a couple of people reserving, which we'll go over soon. And then they'll be starting at the back for race 2. For race 1, they'll be starting on the hard tyres. That's Ross covering for Jadon, who should be here for race 2. And then Blue Flag is covering for Beach, who is absent tonight. So we've got 5-minute qualifying around the Maggiore East circuit. We're looking at a time probably around the low to mid 118s for pole position this evening. And then we'll go into and that'll be a 15-lap race, and then we're looking at a 31-lap endurance race at the Maggiore GP circuit, where drivers have to use all 3 tyre compounds for a minimum of 3 laps each. So it should be a cracking night of racing around one of my favourite tracks. Unsafe, talk to me about Maggiore. Is it one of your favourite tracks? Do you like the track?
To be honest, it used to be one of my favorite tracks in GT Sport, but now even with the new update, the physics update, and driving in the Porsche, it's becoming a nightmare for me. So I joined the practice lobby last night with Fever, Blue Flag, Paul was in there, and I was nowhere near the pace they had. So yeah, it's just damage limitation tomorrow for me.
Yeah, that was like me in week 1. Well, we're on board with Dusty Fossil, who looks to be the first person that's going to come around and complete a flying lap. Obviously, the guys are only going to have maybe 3 attempts at this after they've come out and done their sort of warm-up lap and everything. So they're not going to have too many opportunities to get a good lap in. So I'm going to guess that pole's going to be somewhere around a 118.4, 118.5 in GT2. I think that'll be a good lap. Who's your money on for pole, Unsafe? Obviously you watched last week and everything. Who would you put money on to get pole position in this one?
Yeah, it's hard to say. I was going to say Feber, but he moved up to GT1, so I was going to say maybe there might even be some low 80, like 79 for pole position, but yeah, I don't know. At the moment, Dusty Fossil is looking good, Sir Goose. If I had to put my money on it, would probably Dusty Fossil,
right,
looking strong.
Well, T. Smith seems to think it's going to be around a 19.0, and that's already been beaten by Dusty Fossil. I think it'll be a little bit less than that. I do think it'll be somewhere around an 18.5, maybe 18.6. I think there's only possibly 2 or 3 drivers on the grid that could get that lap time, but I am actually really looking forward to the race itself. Now, Ross has just left the room, as I believe Jadon has got back earlier than expected, so he's now going to jump in and take part straight away in the sprint race. He will be starting from the back, however he will be able to race on the medium tyre, so good news for Jadon.
Yeah, good to have him in the lobby.
Yes, well, Blue Flag seems to think that Derek's on an 18.7, so they should get there somewhere, and obviously with a bit of slipstream and stuff as well. I'm interested to see how Glyn does this week, because the man that we're on board with now, because he had a really good opening week to the season, and he seems to be in quite a good position, although Oblivion's dive bombing him in qualifying. For fuck's sake.
Back out, man. Come on. It's just quality.
God, that's not good, that one. Stewards, sort that out, please. We won't go on board with him anymore. But Dusty Fossil's got better on a 118.9. Let's go and see how Mike does. He's got Sir Goose for company. I mean, he's already off the track. A good start.
I mean, it's pretty hard to say which car suits best the track, you know, but in my opinion, it should be like, yeah, Mikey seems to be in a good position now.
Yeah,
Dusty Fossil and Sir Goose still P1, P2.
Yeah, the Nissan is what Mikey's in, and I've done some pretty good times in that around here. It certainly feels a lot better than it did at Deep Forest last week. So, and from my understanding, SBY is going extremely well as well. He's also in the Nissan. So, I think the Nissan could be quite a good car, especially around this first circuit. I think it would probably be a good car all night. So we'll see how Mikey goes. But this will be everybody's final attempt. So we'll kind of keep an eye as they cross the line. Dusty Fossil doesn't improve. Mikey does improve, but not enough to put himself second. He's got a good gap behind him. Let's go and see where Derek is. Derek's going to cross the line, doesn't improve. Odon stays P5. Andy coming around up towards the final corner. He'll definitely be wanting to move up the order. Let's see how he does. In my opinion, the favourite for GT2 this season is Andy. So let's see how he goes. I don't think he's going to get much faster if he does improve. He puts himself up to 4th. He'll be quite happy with that. Nobby Norris, Glyn in 8th, Zom in 9th.
Where are the kahunas? Oh my god.
Yeah.
P10, P11. And,
P10, P11. And I don't know who your other teammate is.
Should be.
Oh, Odon. Yeah, P6.
Yeah.
So he's done right.
P6. Nice in the McLaren.
Yeah, the only person in the McLaren in both divisions. So it's a brave call from Odon. But yeah, you were right, Dusty Fossil, 18.9. I did think it might be a little bit quicker than that, but it's still a solid lap time from Dusty Fossil. Sir Goose, his teammate, of course, in the other Spotify car. So they're in the front row with Mikey and Andy / Autism on the second row. So let us know in the stream chat who your predictions are, who's going to win, who's going to spin. The odds are too low for Mike. There's no point guessing Mike. Let's guess somebody else that will spin. So, Unsafe, give me a winner and a spinner. Who's going to win the race and who's going to spin?
That's too easy. So Dusty's winning and Mikey's spinning.
Okay, if I had to say not Mike, who else is spinning?
I don't want to jinx it, but let's go with Som. Som is spinning.
Zom,
first lap, first corner.
First lap, first corner. It's a big call.
Yeah, he's in the middle of the pack, so yeah, it's a short run down to the first turn. So let's keep an eye on that.
Yeah, I've got to cancel the race and I'll do a quick custom grid because James decided to turn up late. What a nightmare!
Yeah, meanwhile, maybe let me go through the standings.
Yes, please do that. That would be very helpful.
Actually, but actually I can't go through the standings because I'm not allowed to get in the GT2 chat on Discord.
Are you not? I can change that for you right now.
That would be lovely.
I thought I'd made you an admin in there.
Maybe I'm just admin for GT1. So
no, you should an admin. Oh no, you're not. Oh shit, my fault. Manage. You can have a nice big gold name now. There you go. All done.
Thank you very much. So
You're welcome.
The standings. Wow, there's too many new messages, unread messages. All right, so 2 standings. Andy is leading by 39 points, ahead of Glyn, 30 points, Jadon, 33 points, Som, 28, Mikey, 27, Joey Burns, 25, Odon, 24, Sir Goose, 24, Royston, 23, Oblivion, 23, Derek, 16.5 points, Beach, Dusty Fossil, 11, Jones, 11, and Nobby Norris, 8 points. So for the team standings, that means all Monks, no Toms are leading the table by just 154 points, 1.5 points ahead of the Doctors. Playmates on P3, Big Kahuna's 4th, and One Hit Wonders 5th.
Beautiful. Absolutely beautiful. Right, blue flag is at the back. Mikey is 3rd. Who finished 4th in qualifying?
I have no idea.
Andy. Sorry, what an absolute nightmare this is. Right, Derek 5th. Odon 6th. Nobby Norris 7th. Sorry team, trying to do a stream as well as host is always a little bit difficult, so you'll have to bear with me. But luckily I've got the German man with me.
Yeah, and I just want to say hello to everybody in the chat. We have Feber, Derek, onto the podium is in the chat. Hello,
He's a
mate.
knob.
Good evening.
No, he's a knob.
James, so
Yeah.
Simon, Guten Tag, SBY, Homer, Ross is in the chat. Probably we should focus on the track rather than chatting.
Right, there we go.
Good evening, Pagani. Nice to see you. How are you, mate?
So, starting soon. So, Jadon will be starting P14, and Blue Flag, remember, he's a GT1 driver covering for Beach. He can only race on the hard tyres in this race, so it's not going to be the most fun for him. However, it's GT2, so there's going to be lots of chaos. So, any sort of results is good. But the Spotify team look good, well set, and here we go.
Get your predictions in the chat.
Yes, I think
Come on, guys.
Sir Goose is going to win this. That's my prediction.
I'm going for a very bold move. I say Mikey wins.
Mikey wins. I mean, if he's going to win somewhere, it'll probably be here.
Yeah, I mean, it's his favorite track, he says, more than often. So maybe the endurance layout more than the short one.
Yeah. Well, here we go for lap 1 of 15 for our first race of the evening. Right, so Carl's got Softy written on the front of his car, but he gets away well. Mikey seems to be up the inside of Sir Goose. Is he going to outbrake him? Let's see. Dusty Fossil gets away really well. Sir Goose has slid across into Mikey, and that's allowed Andy to come up along the inside. Everyone seems to be fairly... Jadon is round. Jadon, I thought I heard some tyre squeal. But Mikey going back up the inside of Andy. Yeah, Andy holding it around the outside, and he's clear of Mike. He just needs to hold him off now down this straight. But good start for the Spotify boys.
Absolutely. And also Derek is on the rear of Mikey.
Yep. There's
someone's round in the background.
Oh, it's Nobby Norris. He's gone, and Royston's also had a moment. I don't know whether he's waited for James there, possibly. I don't know. I don't want to confirm that, but yeah. Sir Goose is pissed off because Dusty Fossil is 13th unsafe, and we've missed it.
There
we go. Well, I tell you what, he shouldn't be doing unsafe. It's pulling the handbrake when he goes round the corner. That doesn't seem to be the best idea. But yes, Sir Goose is your leader. Andy is second. The Playmate's nightmare, says Sean. Which does sound a bit weird, this, isn't it?
Yeah, so at the moment you're spot on with your predictions. Sir Goose leading the pack.
Yep. However, Andy, who I hope wins, although Mike's just nearly absolutely twatted him in turn 2. So there's a nice little gap between 4th and 5th of 1.8 seconds, and it's Owen in the McLaren that's holding everybody else up. So the front 4, which contains 2 of the Doctors.
Yeah, I would say it takes probably 2 or 3 laps to get a groove, get some heat into the tires. And maybe Odin can run away from the pack, even though he's now under pressure from one of the Milka boys.
Yep. Oh, Joe Burns going for a bit of a switchback. Can he make it stick? This will be a lovely move. Oblivion will be on his inside and he will dive. Will he dive? No, he won't dive. He's a good boy. The blue flag in P11 on those hard tyres, moving back up the grid. Zom hasn't spun yet, unsafe.
Awesome. So there's Feber in the chat. By this point, Carl is tearing his sim cave upside down.
Yeah, it's It's quite an impressive sim cave, though. I've seen the pictures of it. It's unbelievable. Well, Odon has brought the gap down by about a tenth to those ahead, but the front four have certainly got this in a very controlled state at the minute. Everyone knows their gaps and they're just kind of racing to a rhythm at the moment. They don't need to force it. Glyn's had a really good start, up to P6. And Oblivion and Simon, blue flag, are still going.
Oh, Oblivion! Oh, Jesus Christ!
I just didn't quite see that in the background.
And for some reason, I mixed up cave with grave, so yeah, I was totally wrong with the message. But
Sim grave, yeah. That's all right. Well, Nobby's trying his best to catch back up after his earlier spin. Royston has cleared Jadon, who's not had a very good start at all in the Nissan, and Dusty Fossil. This is going from bad to worse for him. He's quite far behind at the minute. I don't think he's going to win this one unsafe.
No, he's not, but he's starting on pole position for the next race, for the endurance one.
Oh, is it reverse grid from this race?
I think so, yeah. Or is it start wherever you finish the race?
No, it's some sort of reversed. I be honest with you, I know I put all this together, but I can't remember.
Same.
So I should probably check. It is reversed from this race, Feber. Now, don't lie to me. Remember, you're an admin, Feber. Remember that. Oh, so goes dipped a wheel on the grass. Owens had a reverse rolling start. Yeah, I thought so. Cool. Right, what? Owens seems to have pulled a bit of a gap to Zom, who has got past Glyn. And blue flag going well for Beach in P10 on those hard tyres.
Oh, someone went wide in the background. Yeah, I think, Jonesy just coming out of the exit.
That doesn't surprise me, he's shit. Oh, he's one of your teammates. I should probably not call him shit, should I?
I don't want to say anything.
Yeah.
I mean, he's in the Bimmer, so it's a very tough car, and especially on exit of corners, you always tend to lose the rear. And I mean, he's driving on traction control, and in our very team group chat, he shared some videos trying to get some help, which lines he should taking. But I tried the Bimmer myself in pre-season testing, and I didn't want to take the car because just the pure fact I can't handle it. Yeah.
Well, reports are that Oblivion's been quite aggressive in the race, so we'll keep an eye on that. But we'll go on board. Well, he's in oh, God, that scared me. He's in quite a close battle with Glyn at the minute. Yeah, so Jonesy has obviously transitioned over to Will, so he's there will be some mistakes creeping in.
Late dive.
Yep. To be fair, nothing wrong with that. It's obviously it's off-putting from the other driver's perspective, but there's nothing wrong with it. That's a good enough move. Let's go and see how the front runners are getting on. So Derek's fallen off from Mikey, who's fallen off from Andy, but Andy is keeping Sir Goose very honest. We'll stay on board with Andy for a little while, I think. Let's see how he's mounting his challenge. Any sort of update on the tyres? Sir Goose's are slightly worse than Andy's, but tyres shouldn't really be a factor in this one.
Yeah, I mean, he's in slipstream range, but I think it's kind of hard to overtake here because you don't have the long straight from the endurance layout. The best shot would be probably into turn 1 and the long right-hander after sector 1.
Well, it's quite an intriguing battle, this one, because we've got two very kind of different driving styles here, I think. Sir Goose is a driver I actually quite like. He used to be very kind of erratic and a little bit chaotic when he first started. However, I think he's channeled that in a really good way, that now he has got quite a lot of pace, and he is quite aggressive, but it's not aggressive in a too bad of a way. As Andy looks to go up the inside, so Goose has a bit of a slip on the outside, but he will have the inside for the next corner. Is Andy going to try and hold it? No, he's going to duck back in behind. Knowing Andy as I do, he will just be waiting patiently and waiting for his chance. He's a very good driver, Andy. He always has been on every game. There we go.
Yeah.
Sets him up beautifully. That's a lovely overtake. Just needs to get this stopped.
Very good exit out of the S's, but now, Circus tried to around the outside.
Andy's
Should he give the position back? I don't know.
No, it wasn't contact. Andy slid on traction there, I think.
Yeah. Oh, for the inside. Oh, very late on the brakes.
Yeah. Well, Derek has got past Mikey, so we've had a Mikey moment and we've missed it. We've had a Mikey moment. I'm gutted I've missed it.
Derek was just legitimately, overtaking him. Legitimately. It was a legit overtake maybe in the end.
He's well, that was a 20.5 from Mike and a 19.2 from Derek. So there's a moment somewhere, I'm going to say. Let's go a bit further back. Oblivion's up to 6th. He's got past Zom and Glynn. So we've missed that. Blue flag going well for Beach in P9. Beach will be really happy with that. Obviously only gets half points from Blue flag, but still he'll be incredibly grateful for the handful of points. Jonesy P10, Joe Burns 11th. Royston's up in 12th. Nobby Norris has fallen off somewhere. Jadon is being closed down by Dusty Fossil, and Nobby Norris is nearly out of the country.
I tell you what, if Oblivion finishes somewhere around P9, P10, we have to keep an eye on him for the endurance race, because last night in the practice session he showed some very good pace on the long runs, especially on the hards. Well,
I also heard, though, that he was running out of fuel really quickly, so that's one to keep an eye on. Oh, Andy's looking very racy.
Oh, yeah. Cage for the lead. Circus hanging around the inside.
There's an old rivalry between these two, so Goose runs in wide. Andy keeps trying to floor it whenever he gets the overtake on Sir Goose done. That Supra's just so fast, Andy's trying to floor it out of the corner, but it's not. It's just not sticking.
Yeah, but the good thing is with the tire wear set to ×2, there's not too much tire wear going on, so you can fully commit and don't have to fear running out of tires after 7 or 8 laps.
Yeah, to be fair, maybe Andy's just a bit shit. Maybe he's not as good as he thinks he is. I know he's my teammate, but fucking useless. Do you know what I mean?
Yeah, he's leading the championship at the moment, so he will be keen to win this race.
Yeah, and Derek's on the charge,
especially now that that car is on the back of the grid.
Yep. Oh, Andy pulls to the outside. Is he going to try and cut back on Sir Goose? He's going to try, but not really succeed. Who does keep sliding, and Derek's getting his hips out as well. Odon, look at him fly.
Yeah, and I think Sir Goose had a bad exit out of the last hairpin, so Andy's going for the lead again.
And he gets it. Oh, he slides again! Just fucking shit, Andy. Come on. Oh, Sir Goose. Oh.
They're absolutely on it.
Yeah. Well, Odon was right at the back of Mike, but he's had a bit of a poor first corner. Oblivion's not far away now as well. This is getting quite close and congested, this race. All of the milkers inside the top 9 as it stands. Jonesy 10th at the minute, but he'll spin shortly.
Wasn't Oblivion like P10 2 laps ago?
Yeah, he moved up to P6.
Up with Jonesy.
Yeah, he moved up to P6. And he's now got a 7/10 gap to the to Sigurd. He's now down to 6th, and Derek is now very much on the charge in that Nissan. He's finding some rhythm. He keeps improving his lap times, and Sir Goose, his lap times are pretty much all over the place at the moment. So,
yeah, and guess what? It's lap 9. No spin from Mikey so far.
Yeah, that's a good point.
Good stuff in P4. Trying to stay in the toe of his teammate, but he's like 1 second behind, 1 second ahead in the sandwich here. Also, Glynn battling for P7 here with some. 2 Milka boys, a blue flag on hards, doing a good job in P9 at the moment.
Yeah, they're going well.
Yeah, I mean, it's not like last season when we had more tire wear. when the hard tires seem to be a better race tire than softs.
Yeah. I'm just trying to
So it's kind of a disadvantage now to start from the hards.
Yeah. I'm going to keep an eye on Derek for a minute because he is now very much within range of Sir Goose. And Sir Goose has had a very poor run for the middle part of the circuit, and Derek's now down the inside. Is Sir Goose going to try and cut back on Derek? He's going to try, but Derek gets himself up into P2. Sir Goose will have the speed from the Supra, but is he going to be able to make that work in such a short amount of track? I'm not sure he is. And Derek, nice and smooth through turn 1 and through turn 2. Moves up into second place, and he's now backing Sir Goose up into his teammate Mikey. And he's now got a 1.9 second lead. I can't see him losing this from here, but for a mistake.
Yeah, let's see if he's actually backing up to help Mikey, or if Derek feels like pushing for the...
Yeah. Well, as Mr. Smith just said in the chat, good racing all round, really.
Yeah, that's absolutely true, I have to say. Tough. Nice battling, nice side-by-side racing. No heroic moves into St. Pivot.
Oh, sorry. I must admit, I'll be honest with the stream. I've just put I've got the football on next to me, the Champions League, Arsenal versus Atalanta. And Atalanta have just missed a penalty, and our keeper saved that and the rebound. So I'm secretly trying not to scream and celebrate at the moment. But yeah, Odon is creeping up now, and he's up into the fumes of Mikey's arse. And now that's not a place you want to be because he has had piles, as we know. So I'm not quite sure whether they're there or whether Odon's just going to push them back up. We'll have to wait and see.
Please explain to me what is piles.
What is piles? Do you really want?
For my understanding, it's like I only know the word by like massive pile of shit.
Well,
what the heck is piles?
Piles are basically anal hemorrhoids. So if that's it. The best way I can describe them to you. Big lumps in the arsehole, yeah.
So it would be called Hämorrhoiden in German.
Oh, that's a much better word.
Sounds fantastic. So he has to get some lube.
With
the ass or something like that.
Yeah, he's having to sit on a
moisturize his ass.
Yeah. He has to sit on a pillow and everything. Yeah. Yeah.
All right.
So let's see if Odon hits him up the arse, maybe he'll push him back up. We'll have to see.
Well, I was thinking that Mikey going for a late lunch into the hairpin.
Yeah. Well, Mikey's had a big old Schleidenhausen out of the final corner.
Yeah, big slide. Good evening, good Abendli in the chat. He geht es dir?
Yeah, is Lee making sure that he tells everyone that he speaks German?
Because he's better speaking German than you do, so...
No, he's not.
Can learn from him.
My German is sehr gut, ja.
Ein bisschen, ja.
Yeah, what you said. Well, the Milker boys are going 8th and 9th. Jonesy I think he has spun, or if it was just a little one, Lee. But nevertheless, he's gone all right in P10. So Joe Burns having a bit of a lonely race. He has been caught by Jadon, who has had a big spin, as has Dusty Fossil, who's got Royston for company. And Nobby's a little bit further back as it stands. Andy's 3.8 seconds clear. Blitz in the field. Derek has fallen off, however, he's extended his gap to Sir Goose, who's obviously up in P3 at the moment. Odon fending off Mike, and Oblivion is now part of this fun with 2 laps to go. I can't see anybody catching Andy as it stands.
Mikey's absolutely...
Mikey's off!
Andy is... I was going to say Andy is on fire, and Mikey, I'm loving to see the Kahunas in 4 and P5 respectively now. Come on, let's go for the move into turn 1. Very good, very clean. Job done. Lovely jubbly.
Yeah, lovely jubbly. Always sounds Well, it sounds weird, a German person saying lovely jubbly.
Oh, lovely jubbly. Lovely jubbly. Can you please hand me a cup of tea?
A cup of tea. That's it.
A cup of tea. A bowl of water.
The way that you're changing your accent there just doesn't sound right at all. It sounds weird.
What accent would it be, actually? Bowl of water.
Bottle of water.
It's Friday, isn't it?
Tomorrow. That sounds
Tomorrow
weird.
it's Friday. Tomorrow's Friday, isn't it?
It just doesn't sound like you at all. That's weird,
it's
man.
just a whole new personality when I'm changing to an English accent. In it. Fever in the chat, in it.
In it.
Friday, in it.
Well, everything as it stands. Mikey's, I think, maybe pushing a bit too hard to catch back up to Oblivion. And in fairness to him, whether there's been any sort of aggression, I don't know. I'm only commenting on what I've seen, but he's done really well to get himself up to P5. Good result for your team at the moment, Unsafe, 4th and 5th.
Yeah, very pleased about that. After last week, where we actually were nowhere.
Yeah.
I was just carrying the team.
Well, Blue Flag and Glyn are exchanging positions. I mean, for team purposes, it would be good for Glyn to hold on to a position because he gets full points. So that would probably be better from Blue Flag's perspective. But nevertheless, Andy is halfway round his final lap of the race. Just got to keep it steady. He's got a massive gap, no mistakes, and we should see a rather dominant win in the sprint race from the old Milker boy. And now Sir Goose could be under some late pressure. Those tyres have worn a lot on Sir Goose's car compared to those around him. Look at that, Unsafe.
Yeah, I think he's on pad, so that explains a lot.
Yeah, well, Andy's a little bit wide at the final corner, but nevertheless, he's going to do a big old Vigiliar over the line, takes the win. Derek P2. Sir Goose is just going to hold on to a podium. Good result for him. Odon, Oblivion, and Mikey round off the top 6. Zom's going to get a very good, respectable P7 without a spin. Glyn P8, Blue Flag 9th on behalf of Beach. Jonesy in 10th. That's his best result in FTRL history. Jadon 11th. Joe Burns 12th. Dusty Fossil 13th. That's he'll be gutted about that. Although he'll be in a good position for the next race. Royston P14 and Nobby Norris will be P15. Graham's in the chat, loving life for the burgers. Let me get a picture of these results and we'll keep it on the screen for a minute in case stewards need it. It appears my German friend is left. Oh, it's just me. He's gone. There we go. Right, we'll save the replay as well. And then we'll edit the event settings. Endurance. Right, you have to bear with me, stream, whilst I try and attempt to get this right. Rolling start. Set by host times 5 times 5. 3. Group 3. Usual tyres. All. I think this could be everything. I think I've done it right. I wish I could just add rain in here somewhere. Look, how fun would that be? Boring. Right, change the event settings. Here we go. So, as we've lost Unsafe, please do keep me company for the big race, lads. That will be much appreciated. Much appreciated indeed. Come on, Gabe. There we go. Everyone in your cars. Oh, he's back.
Evening, yeah.
Evening.
Yeah, I just lost connection there. Sorry about that.
That's all right. You can just rejoin the share screen thing through the party.
I am trying to. have to send me another invite. Oh no, it's working.
You've got it.
Awesome.
You've got it. Right, everyone in cars. Right, we just need Derek and Jonesy to be in the car so I can do the grid.
So yeah, now 31 laps of Maggiore.
Well, it's one of my favourite tracks, this, so I'm quite looking forward to watching how the race unfolds. But I'm going to quickly do the grid. If you want to find something to talk to everybody about for a second, Unsafe, maybe what sort of lap times we're expecting or anything like that, if you can remember.
Yeah, so it was kind of a strange practice session throughout the whole week. Whenever I joined a lobby like Phoebe's lobby or I made my own lobby, the lap times were completely different, even though the settings were the same. The wind direction also pretty much the same in all of the lobbies I joined. But it went from, yes, driving on hards, lap times went from something between maybe 9 down to 2 minutes even.
Yeah.
So I'm not looking forward to tomorrow, even though I enjoy driving here. Yeah, I don't know.
Yeah.
There's actually there's a story I can tell about this track on GT Sport. Like I don't know, 3 or 4 years ago, race here, and in preparation to that, I did some practice on my own. It was I think it was the where we've done the B Touring Car Championship, the Audi. In preparation to that, I practice laps and I smoked too much pot. Completely got wasted. Yes, the weed I smoked, it was laced with some, I don't know, bad stuff. It was like synthetic stuff, and it felt like being on mushrooms. So, yeah, sometimes driving around here gives me bad memories and flashbacks to this day when I completely got wasted.
Right.
Yeah, I had almost a heart attack and
Christ.
got crazy.
Well, thankfully you didn't, and you're still with us.
I went to the hospital.
Oh God.
Yeah, it was like, yeah, my heart kept beating and beating and didn't stop, and it was really fast beating. And my roommate came up to me and he was like, "Jesus Christ, if it's not slowing down, I have to call the doctor."
Oh God,
Or
man.
an ambulance, and yeah, the medics came into my room and they were like, "Jesus, why are we here? You just smoked too much weed." I wish Brad was still in the league so he would be like, "Yeah, sounds familiar."
Yeah. Oh yeah, Brady boy would know. Brad would know. Right. We're getting ready for a 31 lap race. I'm expecting a 3-stop as a minimum for everybody. Because the soft tyres won't do much more than the 3 laps that are required. Let me just check. Have I done rolling start? I have, yes. Right, starting soon. Let's go.
Yo, put your predictions in the chat.
Yes, please do. On a full podium. Anybody that gets it right in order will I'll win a chocolate bar of their choice.
I have to go with Carl now. So yeah, he had a bad race one, but now he just keeps his head down. He showed some good pace last night in the practice lobby.
Yeah, I think Jadon's going to win this. I think Dusty Fossil's second, and I think either Glyn or Andy will finish third. I really think so. But Nobby Norris is going to lead us away. Graham's gone for James first, Dusty second, Andy for, yeah, same. That's exactly what I think. Nobby Norris is going to lead us underway. So we'll see what everybody's tyres are starting on. Nobby starting on the hards, Royston on the softs. Dusty Fossil on the softs, Joe Burns on the hard, Jade on soft, Jonesy's the first of the medium runners, Glenn mediums, Zom softs, Mikey and Oblivion going side by side, who are both on the soft tyre. A lot of people opting to get the softs out of the way early. Odon on the mediums, Derek softs, Sir Goose hards, Blue Flag hards, and Andy on the hards. So I'm expecting the softs to only last 4, 5, maybe 6 laps at most if anybody's that brave. And then I think the biggest race tyre will be the mediums, and then people probably maybe one stint on the hards each. But Nobby Norris has managed to hold off Royston so far. Obviously on 2 compounds harder.
Interesting that Nobby started on the hards, actually. I thought it was like the tyre glitch.
Yeah.
Seems like, yeah, he's going for a long run in the first stint.
Yeah. So, I mean, sometimes the really strange, different strategy is the one to go for. Apparently, Jadon thought the race was 38 laps. So,
why did it happen?
Interesting. Oh, Dusty Fossil down the inside. Not sure. And he gets the move done. Out of nowhere, Dusty Fossil's your race leader. Nobby Norris is going to try and fight back. But Dusty should have this done. And does indeed. Royston is trying to hold off Jadon, who's all over the back of him. But yeah, keep an eye on that tyre wear, because it will not be good from people. And I think we've not lost anybody yet, which is good. Mikey hasn't spun yet in an endurance race, which is also good. And Blue Flag can only use the hard tyres and the soft tyre in this. So he's going to probably have quite a difficult night's work, but wouldn't surprise me if he still finishes well in a long race.
Yeah, maybe just 3 stints on the hards and 1 short stint on the softs, to be honest. Tyre wear is pretty high. With those long sweeping corners, you put a lot of load into the front tyres.
Yeah. Ooh, I just saw a bit of a run-wide situation between Joe Burns and Royston. Joe Burns has been swallowed up here. There's a massive FTRL gaggle.
So Sean is in a party as James' race engineer because James thought it was a 38 lap race.
Yeah. And of all of the things that I've been told this year, that is the least surprising thing I've heard. So, the annoying thing about James is that everybody tells him. So many different people tell him the information. And I don't know why. I don't know whether he just doesn't listen or whether he does it as an attention thing. I really don't know. But he seems to ask everybody how many laps the races are and what the information is and God knows what else. But
yeah. But you know who's even worse than that?
Go on.
Bannon.
Yeah, that's a good point.
He basically turns up to the race not knowing shit about it.
Yeah, doesn't surprise me at all. Well, Mikey was going for a really long switchback on Joe Burns, but he's not managed to make it stick. He's now under pressure with Odon on the outside, and there are cars everywhere. I'm going to have a quick look, because Dusty Fossil and Jadon have checked out at the front. Both on softs, it'll only be maybe 4 laps that they'll do on that. Royston third. Oh, Nobby Norris! Round he goes for the 6th time this evening.
Yeah, I think Dusty and Jadon on softs, they will probably hit lap 4 or 5.
Yeah.
Don't just put on some fuel. Or no, actually just change tires and don't refuel at all. Keep an eye on that. Good battle here for P4 between Oblivion, who's making some ground.
Yeah, Oblivion and Zom. I mean, that got a bit fruity into turn 1, so... Let's see, that's a battle I wouldn't mind keeping an eye on, because I'm feeling that might be elbows out and then some more elbows, borrowing other people's elbows.
Two biggest elbows in the league.
Oh yes, well if you include Blue Flag as well.
It's a pain to race him.
Yes.
Can't wait for tomorrow.
Oh yes. Well, Andy's still down in 13th. He's taking his time, which is very sensible. He's about to make
Derek,
a position up on
penalty.
Derek. Yeah. About to make up a position on Derek, so that'll put him up to P12. He's on the hard tyre. Will he get past Derek? Yeah, he will, easily. Up into 12th, his teammate Blue Flag, also on the hards, is up in P11. Trying to fight Odon, who's going well. Become very consistent as Odon. Oh, has a massive slide from Andy. And he's immediately back under pressure from Derek.
There were times you could really, hammer the right-hander hairpin, which is like a downhill banked corner.
Yeah.
But with the new update, especially on the exit, you can easily lose the car. And I feel like it's way more understeery now, coming out of the corner. The car tends to turn into the curb on the left side.
Yeah.
And you find yourself in the gravel pretty easily.
Yeah, well, we're just about to see Oblivion and Zom side by side into turn 1. Oblivion leaves it late to turn in just to give himself as much of the corner as possible. It's sensible driving from him. And Zom as well. Now, under pressure from Jonesy, Oblivion's teammate, but he's also bringing Glyn and Mikey with him. And Joe Burns and Blue Flag, etc., are not far behind. So, still quite a big group of cars in the middle of the track. As it stands, Royston's on his own, but then the front two are, look at their tyres off. Look at the difference between Dusty Fossils and Jadons. Look at that.
Yeah, I think still Dusty is a little bit more in advantage compared to...
Quite a bit more. I think Dusty Fossil might do another lap or two here. We'll have to see. Oh, yellow flag. Oh, it's Odon.
Oh, no.
Just as I was talking about his consistency, he does a big spin. Not sure what happened, but...
Come on, Kahuna.
Yeah, well, Blue Flag's got past Joe Burns, who's now got Andy right behind him. So we'll go on board. Joe Burns switches to the outside. Joe Burns brakes very late to try and get a cut back, but Andy's going to go down the inside. Now let's see who can hold it here. Joe Burns lifts off and out.
Contact.
Yeah.
Good racing.
Only a little bit of rub in there. Joe Burns might go back down the inside. No, he's going to let Andy go, I think. Yeah, he's not going to fight too hard. These two have raced each other for a number of years. So...
Dusty and Jane are pitting now.
Yeah, they are still on fuel already. Yeah. Surprised. He looks like he could have gone another lap there, possibly.
Yeah, let's see if they're just changing tires and put no fuel in at all. Yeah, go for a short stint on the hards and do the rest on mediums.
Yeah, I'm not sure. I think they might do a long. We'll keep an eye on that as we go. Jadon out on the hards, 68% on fuel. So, yeah, like you say there, he's definitely going to do a shorter stint there. I think he might be doing an extra stop. And Dusty Fossils filled right up. And who was the other one that's just pitted? I think it was Mike. Yeah. So Mikey's now out on the medium tyre. So there we go.
Well, yeah, now because of the refuel rate ×3, it takes way too long. I think it's like 52 or 53 seconds with the changed tires and refueling. So you might want to think, not doing an extra stop. But let's see.
Ooh. Jonesy and Zomp in the battle for P3. Glinchers by the Milker Boys are running 5th, 6th and 7th at the moment, so not going too badly at all as it stands. And Glyn trying it down the out inside of Jonesy.
Good move.
Yeah, very good move. Can he make it stick all the way? Yeah, that Toyota just give it a little bit of extra pull. So Glyn up to P4. He had a really good week in week 1, so we'll be looking to build on that. And Jonesy.
Oh, Jonesy, a little late move.
Yeah, he went for a late dive. Couldn't quite see it because of the camera angle, but
it's a little bit out of shape.
stay on board with Jonesy here for a second, see what Glyn can do.
Dom defending the inside. Now gives a chance for Jonesy.
That's a big old smasheroo from Jonesy. And Zom goes into the pits. Andy and Blue Flag. Oh, they're swapping positions, I think. Oh, that's late on the brakes from Andy.
No. That was close.
That was very close.
Almost run into his own right there.
Yeah, well, Jones is now the leader of this race. Obviously, there's been some more pit stops. Derek's in, Zom's in, Oblivion and Royston. Dusty Fossil is back up into P9, Jadon P7, just got past Owen. So let's see if the Milker Boys can clear Jonesy, they might be able to work together a little bit and pull a bit of a gap together. I'm not sure if they're all talking. I'm not really sure, to be honest, but lots of little groups. The fascinating thing about these endurance races is you never know who's where really until like the final 5 or 6 laps of the race.
Yeah,
so
absolutely.
Because of all of the different strategies, so it's quite fun. You could be, you know, like Mikey down in like P13, and then all of a sudden towards the end of the race you could be in like 5th, and it's just out of nowhere. So it really does throw up a lot of mystery, these races.
Yeah, I had this moment like last season when we did Saint Croix. I was running P15 after my first pit stop, and I was like nowhere near everyone else was pretty much 30, 40 seconds even ahead of me. But in the end, I finished P6, I think. So yeah, you just have to be patient, think about the long game, don't get frustrated, especially if you find yourself in like the dying stages of the race.
Yeah. Well, the only risk I can see here at the moment with these guys is they seem to be almost treading on each other's toes a little bit. Like these guys seem to be holding each other up because their pace is so similar. I think Andy wanted to go past Glyn there. They are teammates, and things like that can happen, which is not good. I don't know if Glyn saw him coming, to be honest, but we'll see. There's the rest of the guys a bit further back. Zom and Derek are close, but they are teammates, so I can't see them fighting too much. Then again, it is Zom, so we never know.
So yeah, at the moment, Kahuna's leading the race.
Yeah.
Good to see. Followed by a huge pile of monks behind.
Yeah. Yeah, Fever's made a good point. It looks like Glyn, where his tyres are falling off a bit here, seems to be holding Andy up a bit because Blue Flag's got a bit of a gap and he's closing in on Jonesy on the hards, whereas Glyn on those medium tyres could probably do with letting Andy go at some point soon if they're going to play the team game, because you don't want Andy to lose too much time. The rest of the guys are quite spaced out at the minute, and not in the same way that you was when you raced here.
Yeah, just can't wait to find out if Oblivion's strategy is working out there.
Yeah.
I was also surprised to see many guys starting on the softs with a full tank of fuel, because they get even more worn in the end.
Yeah.
Yeah, but I have to keep an eye on those guys. Think about a strategy for tomorrow.
Yeah, well, we'll go on board with Blue Flag inside the car as he's looking to make a move on Jonesy fairly soon. He's getting closer and closer every lap, and a 1:57.9 is his best lap of the race by quite some margin. Ooh, that was close. Jonesy 58.9, so Blue Flag, who's just half dropped it.
Very wide there.
Yeah, the same problem that Andy had with Glyn. So it's extremely difficult to, if you feel quick and you're in a rhythm and you've got your braking points, if you're with somebody ahead of you who's different braking points to you and maybe driving a little bit slower, it's quite hard for people to make their move and get their rhythm back. And as you've seen, Blue Flag's lost a lot of time there and is now back with Glyn and Andy. So I don't want to lose too much time, but they are teammates.
Oh, Oblivion, it almost looks like he's going for a dive there, but yeah, luckily he backs out of it.
Yeah. Mikey down in his favourite position of P11.
Good stuff. And seems like, yeah, his lap times are very consistent for the time being. No spin at all. But it's just lap 8 of 31, so
yeah,
plenty of time left to do that.
Loads of time left. We'll keep an eye on the various battles up and down the grid. Yeah, Jonesy still going well. He's not going to be too long before he pits because his fuel can maybe get another lap or so with it, but 9 laps seems to be what most people are going to do on the medium tyre stints, unless you're in a Lexus where you might be able to do a bit more.
Yeah, I think it's like the default strategy to go 3 stints, 9 laps each, and then just a short run on the softs.
Yeah.
So Glyn is in.
Well, yeah, Glyn's in at the end of lap 8. So that's all he could get out of the tyres, out of the fuel, and his tyres pretty much the same as well. So we'll see. Joe Burns also in on the hards. So he's got that stint out of the way early. Blue flag all over the back of Jonesy now. He's going to really want to make that move soon because he looks like he's feeling pretty quick. Jonesy's got worse tyres and worse fuel. So let's see how this ends up. But we'll go live with a blue flag. Yeah, really, look how much time he's losing there. Jonesy doing what blue flag does normally to people.
And as you can see, he's short shifting and maybe just not trying to overtake Jonesy, stay behind in the slipstream and save some fuel even more.
I think he's going to. I think he's going to make a move into the hairpin here. I think this is a good opportunity for him. He's certainly got the speed. Yeah, moves to the inside. Later on the brakes.
Lovely.
Nice and smooth. Good move. I think Jones
there was no point by Jonesy to hold him up like that or fight for the
He's going to be in the pits. Yeah, Jones is going to pit now anyway, so that's freed blue flag up, who also is probably going to pit now, to be honest. But, well, the other two... Oh, Andy's had a big moment somewhere. He's down in 7th. And Glyn has just pitted. So Andy's had a big spin somewhere. If anybody can report who may be in the party with Andy, please do let us know.
Andy's side by side with Dusty.
Yeah, Andy's going to be pitting this lap, so I don't think he wants to fight this too hard. But yeah, blue flag's in, 4 litres of fuel. Jonesy with 3. So Jadon's going to retake the lead of the race. Actually take the lead of the race for the first time. He's not been in the lead at any point yet. So Goose in. Odon's in with completely no fuel. And Dusty Fossil has lost a lot of time to Jadon in this stint. And he's on better tyres. So I'm wondering whether, because they pitted together, didn't they, these two?
Yeah.
Oh, yeah, but Jadon put a lot less fuel in, that's why, yeah.
Yeah, so now that Blue Flag and Jonesy pitted, I think Blue Flag has to carry on hards, and Jonesy can go for mediums.
Yeah.
Or maybe a softer compound, so the battle will keep going after the pits.
Yeah.
A little bit short fuel in here by Blue Flag. Just 2 liters less.
Yeah, he's probably just worked out what he had when he came in and just taken that little bit off. So he comes back out 2.5 seconds clear of Jonesy, so that's quite a big jump, to be honest. And Jonesy is now in the clutches of Glyn, who's on the medium tyres, as is Jonesy. So Jonesy's gone back out on the mediums, so he's still got his hards and his softs to use. Let's go and check in with Oblivion and Mikey. So these guys are... Mikey's in a much better position. Oblivion's on the soft tyres, but they'll be at the end of their life now. Mikey's on the mediums. They're about half worn and he's got about half fuel. So, yeah, Glyn also on the second stint of mediums. So, thank you, Fever. Fever like our own Ted Kravitz.
Yeah. And also Vivian's second stop now, about to happen
Yes.
this lap or maybe the next lap.
Yeah, where I mean, I think he'll be brave to go another lap, to be honest, because I mean, given how bad his tyre wear has been in the first couple of laps of this stint, I don't think he's going to make it around another lap. So if he does, it'll be interesting. But Jadon's pitted now, so he's just completing his second stop. He'll be mediums till the end now. He should be anyway.
I actually lost count to which tire everyone started on or
Yeah, that's the
changed
hardest thing to remember. Hardest thing to remember. But yeah, Mikey. Oh no, Oblivion has gone round again. I'm going to come back in about a minute or so and check the state of his tyres, because I'm not convinced that there's going to be anything left on those by the end of this lap.
Yeah, front tire's pretty much cooked, so
yeah, it's a very
surprised
brave
he's going
call.
on for another lap.
Brave call. Zom P6. James on a 4-stop. Yeah, I think we'll see a few 4-stops here tonight, to be honest. I think some of the guys are not going to be able to get their fuel where they want to be able to do a 3-stop. So, and given the fact that James has pitted twice already, it looks like he's going to be on a 4-stop. Definitely, yeah.
Yeah, I'm surprised to see that, considering the time you lose in the pits is around about 40 to 50 seconds, depending if you're just for fueling, changing tires.
Yeah, Jadon's come out just behind Blue Flag, which is never a fun place to be. I can tell you that much. So we'll see. Jonesy is now being a roadblock to Glint, Joe Burns and Sir Goose in their own little world at the moment. And Andy is now fighting with Odon, who is both of them quite fresh off of their pit stops. So this seems to be for position at the moment. Andy's had an interesting start to this race.
Yeah, and Odon basically recovering from his early spin he had, lap 1 or 2 it was.
Well, at the moment, Dusty Fossil's got 11.5 second lead to Mikey. I mean, those guys are level at this point on strategy. So if you look at their tyres and their fuel and everything, I think they're on the same tyre. I think they started on the same tyre. So Dusty's got quite a big advantage on Mike already. Oblivion is into the pits now. Look at those front tyres. He did. I'm surprised they've got anything left on them. So fair play to him for that. Zom in P5. Blue Flag doing what Blue Flag does. He will frustrate the life out of Jadon, who will possibly try a couple of desperate moves, and that'll only slow him down even more. So what you have to do with Blue Flag is try and set him up, and we all know how much he loves defending. If you make him think he's got to defend into an awkward place, sometimes you can bait him.
Considering he started front back of the field and he was just on the hards so far, he's doing a good job in P6. So he's showing some very strong pace for tomorrow.
He seems good in that Porsche.
Yeah, might be even in for a win tomorrow.
Yeah.
Well, it would be good to see. We need someone to challenge Tom. Beth, Mr. Schmidt.
Miss Schmidt? Yeah, he's too bloody fast. But yeah, Glyn has got past Jonesy now, which is good news for everybody. Nobody likes racing Jonesy. And yeah, this is like the quiet part of the race for a little while now, where everybody just kind of drives around on their own, and then it all gets a bit chaotic at the end. So we'll stay with these two because they're the closest two on track, other than Blue Flag and Jadon, who has got past Blue Flag and got a penalty. So just what I was saying, you leave yourself in a lot of difficult positions when you try and race Mr. Blue Flag.
Yeah, and Clinton and Jonesy also close for company. Pretty much the closest battle we have on track so far.
Yeah.
Yeah, let's maybe stay on board with Jonesy for this very lap.
Yeah, stay in the car with him. Now, Cam is quite as much as people like this track a lot, it's quite a technical track, I think. There's a lot of difficult and different types of corners. There's not that much in the way of straights. There's a couple of, I mean, probably the longest straight is the one before the sort of downhill looping right hairpin. But even that in itself isn't a huge straight, so it is more of a handling type car, which is more suited to this circuit. I think that's a fair comment, though.
Yeah, I mean, it's an awesome track, even with the elevation changes, and
Yeah.
I love basically all of it, but not in the Porsche, to be honest. So, but still looking forward to tomorrow.
Yeah.
Can't wait to find myself in the barrier.
Yeah.
Jonesy is improving on his personal best, so he's
Yeah.
showing also good pace. And if you look at his lap times, yeah, consistently in the 58, just a couple 59s now towards the end of the tire life.
Yeah. Glyn has pulled away here, so I don't know whether Glyn, now he's cleared Jones, he's going to be on a bit of a personal best, possibly. We'll check his sector time. Yeah, look, he's up by 0.6 of a second, so a bit of clean air is crucial for these guys.
Dusty and Mikey in the pits. Hands the lead to Derek.
Yeah, the Graham saying he wants to like this track, but he just can't, which is surprising. Like I said to you, it seems to be a favourite of a lot of people. There's something about this track. It's always been one of my favourites, and I can't tell you what it is. I just love it. I think it's great.
Yeah, and Fieber there, he must be tripping because Unsafe being annoyed with the Porsche. I'm not annoyed with the Porsche. I still love the car, but yeah, after the update, it feels a bit wobbly on the back end. It's not the most stable car anymore, so pretty handful to drive. But if you get a groove in, if you get a rhythm, still is a lot of fun to drive.
Yeah.
I wish there was the option to go for the Mercedes this season, but it wasn't, so I had to pick the Porsche because, yeah, what else? Driving a German car.
Yeah, has to be done.
I mean, I also could have gone for the Bimmer, but yeah, I don't like driving the Bimmer.
Yeah, I didn't like it either. I think a lot of people really like that BMW, but I think it is, you either really like it or you just hate it. I don't think there's anybody that just doesn't mind the BMW. So it's, I find it quite difficult. Jonesy has pulled back some time on Glyn on this one. So I don't know whether Glyn's had a slow lap. He's definitely done his personal best, but he's in an interesting spot. Glyn, he can't quite
check the sector times now by Glyn.
Oh, we just missed it. We'll see in a minute at the end of the lap. Stay on board with these two till the end of the lap, and then we'll flick through to some others. So what's going on? Derek's in. Jonesy looked quite wide there, whether that was just me, but yeah, he's lost a lot of time to Glyn there. He's gone from 0.4 to 1.4. So he's had a bit of a poor final couple of sectors.
Derek and Som in, so now James is leading.
Yeah, well, Glyn, 150, so he's about a second slower. And to be fair, Jonesy was slower as well there, but I suppose, he had a poor end to that lap. So, Jadon retakes the lead of the race, blue flag in clean air, done a 57.8 on the hards, which is some really solid pace.
Stupidly quick.
Yeah, Joe Burns going wearing P5, he's got in front of a good pack of cars here. Dusty Fossil P6, Sir Goose, the three Spotify cars together. Andy's in some good rhythm now. He's on the medium 57.5. He's got Oblivion for company, who's back out on the softs again. So I don't know how many stops Oblivion's doing, but I
think he's on 4. Yeah, he did 5 laps on the softs. He came in, and then basically now is on his 3rd stint now.
Yeah. Yeah. Well, Mikey and P10 with Nobby Norris. Mikey has just pitted, so like I said, I'm really trying hard to figure out who's kind of where in this race at the moment. It seems to me as if Jadon is as much as he's leading at the moment, he seems to be the net leader as well. However, I do think he's going to have to do an extra pit stop to everybody else. So it does make me wonder where the likes of Blue Flag and Dusty Fossil are in terms of actual lap times and pace at the minute. It's a difficult one to figure out. I wish I was a lot smarter than...
Yeah, you don't have like the Anthony Davidson brain.
No, God, no. I've got about a tenth of his brain.
Yeah, but therefore we have Fieber in the chat who can maybe put a good prediction in who's on which strategy. For the moment, I think even though Blue Flag is on hards and just doing maybe one stint on the softs towards the end of the race, he's looking pretty strong to win this race.
Fieber thinks Carl is leading, which I think given the... I think it's close. I do think it's close. Actually, no, it might
He just
not be.
needs to hear his teammate. Maybe Joe is holding him up a bit.
Yeah, well, I mean, there's a bit of a gap between them. Sir Goose, Andy, and Oblivion.
Oblivion.
All scrapping. Yeah, Oblivion takes a very different line to everybody else through that corner, and Andy's not going to be pleased at the moment, especially because he's trying to make the most out of those medium tyres, and he needs to be very, very careful. Oblivion is on the softs. He's going to have to pit again, Oblivion, very soon.
Very sideways there, yeah. Look at his tyre wear. So, I'm not too sure, is this like the third stint on soft for Oblivion?
Yeah.
I think so, isn't it?
Do you know what? All he's doing here, if I'm watching this, as much as he keeps getting back past Andy is definitely faster than Oblivion at the moment. And that's making life so difficult for Andy. He's not going to be happy.
Yeah, he's going for the move now. Almost free wide.
There was a little
he's
bit
waiting.
of grazing.
Yeah, Andy had a double toe by Oblivion and Sir Goose and thought about going for a move there, but luckily nothing major happened.
Yeah, well, we'll stay on board with Andy. As we saw how fast it was. I mean, what people are forgetting here is as much as this race has been going on for half an hour, we are still only about halfway through. So there's still plenty of time here, and Andy, I suppose, will just want some clean air. Oblivion's going to be pitting next lap.
Yeah, as you said, it's like a mystery right now to actually predict who's in the lead or in the net lead, but give it like 8 or 9 laps more, and then towards the end we will know more.
Yeah.
People in the chat saying like Carl is leading because he's now doing just 9 lap stints to the end. He has to do one more stop. Everybody else is on 2 stops.
Yeah.
Or doing another 2 stops.
Yeah, size close to Carl. Yeah, that's what I think. Oh, here we go.
Oh, yeah. Good battle here. Sir Goose and Andy. Arnie, Autism Andy.
Oh, Sir Goose bounced over the curve. Andy's held that really well around the outside there. Sir Goose knew what he wanted to do, but he's now going to lose a lot of time, I think. Sir Goose, he doesn't seem to look after his tyres especially well, as Andy runs a little bit wide, which is quite easy to do. And Oblivion, weirdly, on incredibly worn soft tyres, is still looking pretty fast. So I'm quite impressed with that. I'm not sure what he's planning on doing in terms of pit stops and stuff, but I think he's definitely going to lose out by doing extra stops to everyone else. Yeah, you can see Andy's just reeling him back in now because of how bad Oblivion's tyres are. Oblivion will be in this lap, so I'll keep an eye on what he comes back out on. And Blue Flag's going to retake the lead of the race as Jadon's pitted. We do.
Dusty was like 15 or 14 seconds behind the lead.
Yeah. Andy back down the inside of Oblivion. So he gets the move done before Oblivion gets into the pit, so he'll be pleased with that. And Sagoose, yeah, 1.2 seconds off. So, and he's now got a little bit of clean air, which he'll only be able to use for a lap or two. However, he'll be quite pleased with that. And nobody else is particularly close.
Wow, look at that. Mikey's lap times. 58, okay, just 159, 58, then he pitted, 58, 58, 58, 58.
That's good for Mike.
So, yeah, he loves this track.
That's all he needs to do, Mike. That's all he needs to do is just put those consistent lap times in. It doesn't matter how fast they are, especially. It's just you would rather do a load of high 58s than do some 57s and then some 2-minute 5s. That's where Mikey used to go wrong, because he used to always try and just drive at 100% all the time, and it just doesn't work like that, unfortunately, unless you're someone like Mr. Smith or Pagani. I don't think you can do that, you know. It's
better not keep a focus on him, so otherwise we jinx it. And I'm not too sure if he's watching the stream during racing or if he keeps like his stream opened next to him.
He used to all the time, and I should tell you, the trouble is with Mike, we've had to put up with this fucking idiot for about 5 years, and we've all of us have taken it in turns in trying to help him and giving him advice. And he goes, "Oh yeah, I'll do that. That's really good advice. Thanks for that," and then he just won't do it. And we've all tried. And Tom, Mr. Smith, we've even got a little private bet going on this season about this with Mike. About Tom thinks he's going to be able to get the best out of Mike this season, and I've said, well, if you can do it, everybody else has tried. It's near on fucking impossible to get into that bloke's head. He used to have the stream on whilst he was racing. Then he started trying to use a tyre temperature app, and I was like, with all respect in the world, Mike, you're not of the world tour level of drivers. You don't need to do that. Yeah. So Tom said he's doing some serious race engineering as we speak. So look, he's going well, and I'm genuinely pleased for him. I want him to do well. We all want him to do well, but equally, it makes it really funny when he spins. So it's,
Yeah, I met Mikey quite a couple of times in the streams Rory is doing, like Rory Alexander, you might know him.
Oh, yeah.
I do love to watch the streams, and sometimes when I have late shift early in the morning, just watching a couple hours Rory racing, doing daily races, then just see Mikey making some comments and just saying, "Hello, Mikey," taking notes.
Yeah. Oh, he does. I mean, I've set him up quite a few times because I know Mike. Basically, Mike has a bit of gay man love towards him. He seems to he fancies him quite a lot. Derek has spun. I will go back to that, Fever. Thank you. Derek spun. Thank you, Fever. And Simon's on softs as well. However, Mike, I know he watches him all the time, and I put a message in there saying, "Oh, hi Rory, I run a racing league." I've spoken to Rory before, but I said, "I run a racing league and I want you to pick our final track of the season," knowing that Mike was in there. And he went, the Nordschleifer. Right? And then Mike immediately started shouting "no" in the chat and everything. I was just like, it's just too easy. It's too easy. Yeah. It's too easy. Right, apparently Derek has had a spin. So we'll see how far down he is.
Missing all the action talking about Mike.
Yeah, it's quite funny. Derek is 14 seconds down and he's just hit the wall. So he's lost a lot of time. Jadon's in a good spot. Simon's in a good spot here. He's on low fuel, fresh soft tyres. This will be where he's nice and fast, Mr. Blue Flag. But we're going to be approaching the final pit stop soon. So I think Mikey might actually be in quite a good place in this race.
Yeah, as we said, just keep in the consistency. So at the moment he's under pressure from Blue Flag behind, who's on softs, but Mikey probably knows, so he just shouldn't get in the fight with him. Because there's James lurking in P4.
Well, I'm just thinking, I don't know whether you think this as well, Unsafe, but I think this might be net positions now, because I think there's only going to be one more stop for everybody. So Dusty Fossil has got a very healthy lead, and Mike, as it stands, is in P2. If Mike just has, I think so. I think he started on his softs. Simon has spun. Blue Flag has spun. Unfortunately, he's pushing
on earth.
Yeah, pushing too hard. He's ended up behind Jadon. Sorry, Fever. Look, we're trying to work everything out as we go. I'm sorry.
1 minute ban.
Yeah. Do you know what? Yeah, ban him. Someone ban him. No, thank you, Fever. I'm sorry I'm missing it all, mate. I'm not doing it on purpose. Yeah, I think Mikey's currently in net P2, and Fever was right about Dusty Fossil being quite a way in the lead. It's definitely his race to lose at this point. I do think most people have only got one more pit stop to do. And as
I'm surprised to see the four-stop strategies working out then.
Yeah, well, I was just thinking, look, this is Oblivion's back on the softs again. So he's going to have to do that. But look how much time he's lost by doing that extra stop. You know, he's right down in P11 now. But yeah, Mikey going well. Blue Flag's going to be very annoyed by that. I know what he's like. So a couple more laps on those softs. Royston going really well. He's had a quiet, uneventful race as Royston, but he's currently sat P5 quite comfortably. So he should be quite pleased with that.
Absolutely, yeah. Good job so far.
And in P6.
Yeah, I think Dusty will be relieved with that after the first race in the sprint, where he's had a moment now to win this race and stay in contention for the championship there with Andy, who's on P6 at the moment.
Yeah. Well, yeah, that'll be a massive result for Dusty if he can get first and Andy down in sixth. So, because that'll be some good points back. But yeah, like I said, I mean, I'm one of Dusty Fossil's biggest fans. I love him as a human being, and I think he's just getting better and better in his racing, and I'm really pleased to see him still doing it. However, I do honestly believe that Andy is the favourite for this division, and I think that, I mean, Jadon as well is obviously incredibly fast, but the trouble with Jadon is you never know what you're going to get from him. He's definitely he's got the pace to be the fastest, but you never know. Some weeks he loves it and is serious, but other weeks you just never know. So, Phoebe saying, I'm begging you. What are you begging us for, mate?
Yeah, I mean, it's just the second race of the season, so we still have a long season ahead, and with those cars, you never know. 1 week it might be a good week with a track and car combination, but the other week you might find yourself in the back of the field. So yeah, will be a lot of turnaround events throughout the whole season, I think. Yeah. Oh, Mikey almost hit the back of Jadon there.
Yeah,
with a little bit of lag.
And Blue Flag's right back there as well. Now, Blue Flag's obviously going to have to go back on the. Oh, he said don't jinx him. Blue Flag's going to have to go back on the hard tyres, obviously. So he's going to be a bit upset he had that moment. He's going to go past Mike now, I believe, up into P3. And Mike probably doesn't want to fight this too much. He doesn't need to. Yeah, Mike, sensible. Oh, he's on the grass. Oh, that was close. That was nearly
got away from him quickly, yeah.
That was nearly a Mikey moment.
Oh, Oblivion. Oh, please don't.
Every time he really likes taking that line, and the Sir Goose obviously recognised it, and yeah, went from there. We're going to keep an eye on this because Sir Goose. Oh, Zom, that's a late move across the track. Oh,
dear. Please not. Oh, come on.
Yeah, that's not good, that one. Oblivion needs to wait there, I think. Nope, fair enough.
I mean, apart from that, we still had a good night of racing with good side-by-side battling.
Oh yeah, it's been really good. Really, really, really good. It's been a lot better than some of the stuff we saw last week. So it's yeah, good to see. However, Zom always seems to find himself in the middle of the action somewhere. So, but we'll go away from these guys and we'll go back up to Mikey, who's on those hards. I think he might pit this lap and go onto the mediums. Dusty Fossil's going to go around one more time. Jadon's got a bit more. Blue flag is in, and Mikey is in. So I'm wondering what Jadon's going to do here, because he's going to be able to do another, 2, maybe 3 laps of fuel? Probably 2. So what's he going to do? Like a short, medium stint, or has he still got to go on the hards? I can't remember.
Blue flag definitely has to go on to the hards, and Mikey might change to mediums.
Yeah.
And he was on more fuel in the end, so there will be a position change, and Mikey should be an advantage. Yeah, but it's still blue flag behind on fresh hards, who's showing a very good pace.
Yeah, I mean, it'll probably be quite a good race to the end, actually, because blue flag, obviously on the hard tyres, Mikey on the mediums. That will probably be quite close on pace between those two now, with all respect in the world. It's but yeah, he's got a 1.2 second lead on Mikey. Royston's just done his last stop as well. Joe Burns coming around. He's going to re-overtake Sir Goose, who's right down the back now. After we look at the extra stops he's had to do and stuff, has really ruined his race. But Dusty Fossil, 8.2 seconds clear. Is he going to run out of fuel, or is he? No, he should be okay with that last little bit.
Yeah, he's in the last sector, so probably running on 2 liters now and heading into the pits with 1 liter left.
Yeah. Oh, Andy, I'm concerned about his fuel. That is not a lot of fuel in Andy's car.
He's probably on fuel mode 6 now.
Yeah, that's not good. That. Oblivion also, look at his tyres. I see he spent the whole race on nothing. Andy is going to run out of fuel here.
Very odd strategy by Oblivion.
Yeah, Andy's run out of fuel.
Oh.
That's going to lose him quite a lot of time. Thankfully, he's rolling downhill. And it's not awful, but that is not ideal. Andy's lost a good few seconds there. That's potentially lost him a position or 2 in this race. Zom and Oblivion are both going to be down in the pits. Yeah. So Andy, Ooh, mind that pit wall. I thought he was going to hit the pit wall then. Glyn also in. So Dusty Fossil comes out. Oh, right with Jonesy. That's important for Dusty Fossil to just get out ahead of Jonesy there. Yeah, Fever reckons Andy lost about 3 seconds. It could even have been slightly more than that. But Nobby Norris, he's going to have to pit again. He's going to have to go on the softs or something here. But
Dusty on mediums now.
Yeah, Dusty's on mediums. Jadon's going to maybe get 1 more lap out of this. But it could be quite close because he's not going to have to fill up all the way, but I definitely think Dusty Fossil's in the best position right now. Mikey is, I think, he's 50 seconds away from Jadon. Do you reckon Jadon's net P2 here? Considering...
Yeah, Jonesy still has to pit because his fuel won't get him to the end.
Yeah, but, Jadon's going to have to pit. However, I would say Dusty Fossil's the net leader. Jonesy and Nobby are going to have to pit, and then Mikey's not. But Mikey's 50 seconds behind Jadon. So I don't know where he's going to come out.
Yeah, refueling, tyre change is around about 52, 53 seconds.
Yeah.
So we'll be very close there between Jadon and Mikey.
Well, Derek's done his last stop. Andy's done his last stop. Royston's done his. Odon's going to have to pit again. Blue flag isn't. Mikey isn't. Nobby is. So there's only and Jonesy as well. So still a few positions to be swapped over here. We'll go stay on board with Mike because he's closing in on Nobby Norris, who's not going to be pitting yet.
Yeah, but a really silent race by Nobby. In P4 at the moment, he still has to pit, but good job for a moment.
Yeah, look at look at that. So Jadon is right in contention here, and he's significantly further ahead than Mike. We're talking about 10, 11 seconds.
Yeah.
Wow, there we go. So Jadon, Mikey runs wide. Under pressure from Blue Flag, who will gain a position from Nobby and from Jonesy. Did not expect Jadon to be that close.
Wide, and also, I think
round he goes.
James Bond. Jonesy,
he's fucking shit. He's fucking shit. He's fucking shit. Oh, Jonesy, right at the end of the race. It was going so well.
Hey, sir. Mein Gott, muss das sein.
Ja, not good, ja.
Nicht gut. Sehr schlecht.
Yeah, Frankfurt, yeah.
Hey, I'm glad you learned a new German word there, even though it's just the name of a city.
Yeah, and a sausage, you know.
And I guess I guess you forgot the name of the city I live in.
What, Leipzig?
Oh yeah, you remember?
I know.
Wow.
Yeah, I know through football, you know.
Ah yeah, okay, it's RB Leipzig. Yeah.
Right.
I'm not too much into football, to be honest.
Most major towns and cities in every country have got a football team, so that's how I sort of identify places, really. Pagani, you're so weird. That's such a strange comment, man.
Yeah, but you still ask me if Leipzig is in the western part of Germany. So
I wasn't sure. I couldn't remember. I'm quite, in fairness, I am quite good with geography, but I couldn't remember. I did think it was on the east side of Germany, but I had to just double check. Oh, Jonesy and Nobby, elbows are out. These two do not want to be fighting too much because they're just going to bring Mikey and Blue Flag right to them, which is exactly what they've done. So Jonesy will probably be in this lap, Nobby maybe two, this one and one more, so I imagine he might be ending on the softs. However, Mike and Blue Flag are going to want to get past ASAP. Jadon has closed the gap on Dusty Fossil a little bit, but he's got himself a 1 second penalty, which will probably lose him about 2.5 seconds of time, given the way that these penalties work. So Dusty Fossil is back in pole position for this.
Yeah, but if James keeps up the pace, even though he's carrying a penalty, still 5 laps left.
Yeah.
Can close the gap to Dusty in the lead.
Yeah, well, Royston, as it stands, is just holding off Odon. However, Odon is going to have to pit. He's going to have to pit onto softs, I would imagine. So Andy's going to move up a spot just there. He has cleared a little bit of space to Derek. Joe Burns going well down in P11. He's just going to be a progressive season for Joe. As I've said on several occasions, the first ever FTRL champion on GT, and he won it 2 seasons in a row. He used to be mighty fast on GT Sport, but he spent a long time away from the game. So give it end of this season, we'll see some more of the old Joe Burns that we know. So Blue Flag has got past Mikey. We've just missed that. So this is what I was saying earlier on about when you've got cars on different strategies and tyre wear and stuff in front of you, it can easily catch you out. And Mikey's now lost a net place to Blue Flag. Now, Jonesy is definitely about to pit. Nobby might go round once more. I think he probably will.
Yeah, talking about Joe, I mean, as you said, it will take him maybe 1 or 2 seasons until he's back to pace. But on the other side, I have to admit that GT2, the pace is very strong. It's gotten even quicker, almost like GT1 pace at some points.
Absolutely.
Here for P3.
Yeah, it's a really good battle. Go inside the car with Mikey. See whether any of his piles are falling on the floor. And have all of these bumps over these curbs. I don't know whether that's going to help or make it worse. Yeah, Mikey just taking his time. Mikey, at this point, he doesn't need to rush this.
He just needs to be patient. He probably doesn't know that Nobby still has to pit. I don't know. Yeah,
well, I think Tom Smith's in the chat with him. He's significantly faster. And Mikey, I mean, look, the very best Mike will do would be get a P3. But I suppose if you offered him a P4 at the start of the race, Mikey would have probably taken that and he'll be really happy with it. So We'll stay on board with him. He's going to have the outside line. Nobby's holding it well. Mikey much later on the brakes. Goes round the outside. Really nice move from Mike. Well done there. Now,
Good
blue
stuff.
flag on the hard tyres. Mikey on the mediums, and there's still 4 laps to go.
Yeah, I mean, if it wasn't for blue flag reserving tonight, it would be for Mikey, but he's still in the hunt. Just needs to keep his head down, take advantage from his mediums compared to the hards by blue flag.
Yeah, well, like you were saying earlier on, Jadon lost a lot of time from that penalty, and he's now back to 2.6 seconds, 2.5 now. So keep an eye. We'll keep an eye on this as we go. But we've got a lot of battles for position to watch, as Mikey's already reeled in blue flag here. So the fight for P3 is still very much on. Now there is a battle a little bit further back. I'll go and see who that is. That's Oblivion, Sir Goose, and Glyn, which is. Glyn's probably tearing his hair out at the moment, but fingers crossed he can make that work. And he's moved up into P6, and he's only 1.6 behind Royston, so he'd love to get a P5 out of this. 1.9 is the gap at the front. We've still got plenty of time left in this race. Now, it's one thing catching up to Dusty Fossil, but he's also got to get past him if he can get that close, which is not an easy task. Oh, there's battles everywhere now.
Yeah, good battles. Maybe with a late photo finish there in the end. Also, there's a huge gaggle of cars here running from P12 down to P8, I think.
Yeah, so there's 5 cars within about a couple of seconds of each other. So we'll do our best to stay with all the action. Andy's now really pushing to try and get up to Royston. He's made a bit of a mistake for the middle part of the circuit there, Andy, so he's lost all of that time that he's just made up, but he definitely seems to be a lot quicker at this point. The gap just 2 seconds now between Jadon and Dusty Fossil. Carl's new...
I think he lost a little bit in the middle sector there.
Yeah, Jay's going to be pushing hard. Blue flag just keeping Mikey at arm's reach. 3 laps to go.
It's good to see Mikey doing well, but still 3 laps left, so we don't want to
I'm not
make
happy
any
about
assumptions.
It. No, I'm not happy. Fuck him. He's annoyed me for too long as Mike. So, you know, I was his biggest supporter, and now I fucking hate him. No, I'm only joking. We all want to see him do well.
Nothing wrong with a little banter there, so...
Yeah.
As Andy runs a little bit wide out of the last turn.
Yeah.
Maybe still under pressure from Nobby, who's just pitted for fresh softs.
Yeah, so to be fair, Nobby's in quite a good spot here. Now, he has got to get past Oblivion in the process, so keep an eye for Glyn. Because these two fighting might bring Glyn and Jonesy, who's also on the softs, a bit closer. This could be quite close at the end, really. Zom and Odon battling for 13th. Joe Burns down in 15th. You won't be too happy with that, but it's all a learning curve. He just needs a little bit of encouragement from the team and keep him going, and he'll get there soon. But 1.2 seconds unsafe is the gap.
Getting spicy now. See that late hunt for
now.
arching.
Now let's stay on board with Jadon. So I know there's battles up and down, but ultimately this is for the race win. This is getting very close indeed. Dusty Fossil seems to pull a bit of a gap in some corners and then lose massively in the next couple. So what Jadon doesn't want to do now is get too desperate too quickly. He's probably going to have, if he does catch up to him, one attempt at an overtake, because he's got 2 laps to do this. He's still got to close the gap and set up one move. I don't think he's going to get many more chances than that. So
yeah, I think the best chance would be like if he can close the gap to maybe 20/10.
Yeah.
Try to make a move in the last lap into the hairpin. The Mario Kart-like banked right-hand hairpin.
Oh yes, well, the gap's down to 9 tenths, 8 tenths. He's almost in slipstream range here. If he can... Oh, he's a little wide, but so was Dusty. He's almost in slipstream range here. If he can get slipstream down in towards that hairpin, that's going to give him an opportunity on the final lap, I think. Really smooth lap from Jadon. This is quite nice to see this.
Oh, he's wide there.
Yeah, that's easy to do.
Front not biting.
Yeah, he needed
straight.
slipstream down here to bring him in nice and close, but he's taking a hairpin, nice.
Half laps to go.
Yeah, well, let's quickly go and check in on the rest of the pack. Blue Flag is quite comfortable in front of Mike now. Royston is a second ahead of Andy, who's bringing Derek with him, but it might be a bit too late. Nobby's got past Oblivion, etc. Don't know where Oblivion's gone, but he's not there anymore. Glyn's in P9, Jonesy 10, Sir Goose 11, Odon 12th, Zom 14th, Zom 13th, Oblivion 14th, and Joe Burns 15th. Final lap of the race.
Oblivion just pitted for hearts, so 3 laps on the hearts now.
Yeah, just those extra pit stops has really killed him. But this is the battle that we're going to watch for the final lap of the race. It's Dusty Fossil versus Jadon, a couple of FTRL OGs.
Go! Come on! Slipstream range.
Yeah.
6 tenths now, so really struggling to get the power down.
Yeah, like I said, he's probably going to have one chance at this. He does not want to get this wrong. Dusty Fossil's experienced. He knows what he needs to do to hold him off. And Jadon doesn't want to get desperate and do it at the first opportunity. He needs to make sure he's got the right chance to get this done.
Oh.
So nicely taken. We'll go back on board in the car with Jadon as they approach the middle sector. Has to get this bit right. Rolls it nicely. Can really take that inside curb. This is where we got it wrong last lap, and he's got it right this time round. This could be his chance. Dusty Fossil versus Jadon. Down towards the hairpin, the longest straight on the circuit. Dusty Fossil goes defensive, and the speed of that Lexus, he's just got a bit too much in the tank. He's gone deep. He's gone deep.
Oh,
and Jadon gets a cutback. He's going to be close. They're going to run side by side. Here is not the chance. Or is it?
Oh, he's not. He's not.
He can't do that.
Oh, no.
Oh, there's a little bit of contact.
No, lane lunge. No. Oh.
Dusty Fossil cuts across the front. Leaves himself exposed, but Jadon can't do anything with it. He's going to have to try and cut back round. Oh, you can't put the throttle down on that curb. It just slides you. Dusty Fossil's got one more corner to navigate. James needs to brake early, get a cut back and accelerates early. No, he's not done it. Great drive from Dusty Fossil. Brilliantly held. Superb fight from Jadon. He'll be chuffed with a really good P2. Great battle for the race there. And well done. Man. Well done to both. Yeah, Blue Flag is going to be bringing home a P3 for Beach, who will only get half points, but Beach will be delighted with that. Great drive from Blue Flag and a brilliant job from this Spastica.
Yeah, the German Spastica.
Yeah, there we go. I told you I'd get it in. No, good job from Mike. Really proud of him now. It's a really good drive. Royston P5, Andy holds on to P6, Derek P7, Nobby Norris with a very respectable P8. We'll watch Nobby come over the line.
Oh, Nobby's done also a good job.
He's done a very good job. That's a really good result for Nobby. Good job. Yeah, that's a P9 for Glyn.
He enjoyed it.
Yeah, P9 for Glyn. Jonesy with a P10. Couple of little spins, but you know he'll be chuffed in P10. Solid effort. Fever of a good point. Good night for Andy. Sir Goose P11. Odon P12. Odon would have wanted more tonight. Oblivion 13th. Zom P14. And Mr. Burns is going to round up the evening. But yeah, that was a really exciting race. Like I said to you earlier on, it dies down after about 10 laps, and then right at the end it really picks up again. So That's why I like these endurance races. They're good fun. But Joe Burns crosses the line to round off week number 2 of the FTRL season. Next week, just before we head off, is the first week that we're doing just a standalone endurance race, and that'll be in the Group 2 Lexus. Everybody in the same car across both divisions, so completely equal. We're going to have one of those big races where you have to use each tyre for 5 laps minimum. I can't remember the circuit, if I'm honest with you. I can't remember the circuit. Let's have a look.
France.
Saint Croix. We're in Saint Croix, the A layout. So that's a track we've not really done much on here before. So we'll save the replay. What we'll also
not looking forward to that.
No, it'll be good. I'm promising you, it'll be good. Right, we'll keep those standings up on the screen. There, just 4 tenths in it between Dusty Fossil and Jadon. So the extra stop from Jadon, it's enabled him to just floor it for the whole race. So yeah, we'll be pretty pleased. Fastest lap as well, a 56 flat. That's a really, really good lap as well. That I must say. And yeah, there we go. So, Unsafe, thank you so much for joining me tonight, mate. It was nice. Nice to get some company.
Much enjoyed it. Even though we missed a couple of German lessons between the...
Yeah, I'll keep on improving, don't
comprehension.
Worry. Yeah, however, I still think I've got better at German than Mikey has at not spinning, I think, over the years. So it's if we can keep that progression going, then not a
hard task, to be honest.
But no, thank you so much for joining me, mate. I appreciate it. Thank you, everybody, for watching and listening. Please do like the stream before you go. That'll be so much appreciated. If you are a driver, even if you've had a shit week, just press the button. It helps us out a lot. But no, I'll be back next week on commentary. Please do come and join us tomorrow night, where Mr. Lee Cole, the FTRL GOAT of commentary, will be taking us through exactly what you've seen tonight, but with the GT1 boys. So where we'll witness some more Mr. T. Smith domination, which I am predicting. But no, it should be good. Should be an exciting night. I look forward to seeing you on track tomorrow, Unsafe, and hopefully we can.
Yeah, lovely jubbly.
Lovely jubbly. Yeah, and we'll team up again on comms at some point soon. I think me and you.
Yeah, tomorrow's Friday, innit?
Yeah, tomorrow's Friday, innit?
Wait for that.
Right, see you later, everyone.
Must have a bar